welcome to another Looney Tunes review video. If you are new to the channel, make sure you subscribe to follow my journey to review all 1000 classic Looney Tunes shorts and give this video a like as well. So this is a review for Mouse Wreckers, and with me is my fellow Wrecker, or Mouse, whatever you want to call it, is my good friend Manny Cruz. Say hi.
Hey Anthony, come here.
Yeah, sure. I
Nice.
tried. I really tried. Fun fact, Mel would have done that with the recording sped up, of course, so there you go. Some initial bits of information. So this is, of course, Mouse Wreckers, released on the 23rd of April 1949, with a blue ribbon reissue on the 9th of March 1957. It's the 553rd in the series, and it's directed by Chuck Jones. This short is easy to find. You can find it on the Looney Tunes Gold Collection Volume 2 DVD set, and on the Looney Tunes Mouse Chronicles Blu-ray set. So I'll have links below for that. So tell me, what happens in this cartoon?
Hey boy, come here. Yeah, sure. I'm gonna read the review. Or the synopsis. Yeah, sure. All right, I tried. Hubie and Bertie find a house that they want to live in, but Claude Cat lives there, who, according to the many trophies inside the house, is a great mouse catcher, in particular 1946 and 1948. So they do what smart mice would do in this situation. Mess with Claude's mind as he is trying to sleep. How insidious.
Yeah, and that boy, do they mess with this cat's mind, making this one of the greatest shorts I've seen. It's a true masterpiece. It really is. There's some trivia here for you guys. First of all, this short was nominated for an Academy Award for Best Animated Short Film of 1949, but lost to the Tom and Jerry short, The Little Orphan. Now, I love The Little Orphan. Have you seen that one, Manny?
Is that the one
With the orphan? Yeah.
Well, yes, with the orphan, and apparently he was little from last time I checked. Is that the one where they have the fight with the turkey and like pilgrims and Native American? Okay, I remember it now. Great short, but I mean, I get the bias of Tom and Jerry in the 40s where they just cleaned house at the Academy Awards, but I'm like, I mean, whatever. I mean,
This short was better.
Don't get me wrong. Sorry, I'm gonna go on a little bit of a tangent. I was watching Tom and Jerry today. I was watching Solid Serenade. I love Tom and Jerry cartoons, but it's like, after a while, I like a little variety. I'm kind of like the same thing with, oh man, I'm going to get roasted in the comments. But it's like, like when you get to certain series like Tom and Jerry or Sylvester and Tweety, the Roadrunner, Wile E. Coyote, it's like, I love them in spurts, but I need variety.
Yeah.
So,
I
sorry,
definitely agree.
I'm going to get roasted in the comments. Go ahead, guys. Go nuts. Happy Valentine's Day to you. We're recording this on Valentine's Day, so I'm just spreading all the love today.
That's
all
right.
the love.
That's right. So the cat is a redesign of this Claude Cat. I mean, in previous shorts involving Hubie and Bertie, this cat was designed a little bit differently, but here he'd be designed in a way that he'd be used for the rest of his appearances in the classic Looney Tunes series. If you're watching this short and the ending appears to end abruptly, well, you're not crazy.
The down room was the peace they resistance. Now we can have the place all to ourselves. Nothing like a feast in front of an open fireplace. Hey, boy? Yeah, sure.
Because according to Greg Ford in his audio commentary, which you should listen to, by the way, if you ever get a chance to, there was another ending involving Claude coming back down the chimney, landing in the fireplace, and shooting back up the chimney. But, I mean, in his opinion, he's actually glad the short ended where it did, despite it ending abruptly. Maybe could have been tidied up a little bit there. But it's believed that the short would have been done, but then cut either just before release, or maybe it was released and then cut for future re-releases, like for Blue Ribbon. Who knows? But as of this recording, it remains lost. Speaking of the voices of Hubie and Bertie, in this one, Mel Blanc voices Bertie and Stan Freberg voices Hubie. And I've noticed in a lot of these Hubie and Bertie shorts, the voices sometimes differ. They use different voice artists and all that. So in here, it seems to be finalized, but sometimes they even forget who's who in some of these shorts. It's really weird. One final thing, Chuck Jones himself would actually remake this cartoon later as a Tom and Jerry short called The Year of the Mouse. In fact, they even give Jerry a friend. So it's kind of like a Hubie and Bertie thing where two mice are tormenting a cat, in this case Tom Cat, and he's actually trying to sleep next to a fireplace. This short, Mouse Wreckers, is the superior one of the two, but I will admit that The Year of the Mouse looks absolutely gorgeous, though. I mean, say what you want about the Chuck Jones Tom and Jerry's, they at least look amazing. That's my opinion, and I'll probably get roasted for that. There you go, Manny. See, I've got an opinion that I'll be get roasted for, no doubt. So there you go.
We're gonna be roasted like a bunch of beef chicken. That is.
Beef chicken, that is.
Oh, that was terrible.
Yeah, I know. But, boy, we got to go through this one. This one's an amazing cartoon. This one is like a lean, mean machine. This one, from start to finish, nothing is wasted. Everything is perfection. And we got to start off with that beautiful trophy case. I mean, like the gold cream trophy. I got a kick out of that. Just all these wonderful names for these fake trophies. This Cat's won. I mean, did you notice anything else there?
I was focusing more on the dates because like a part of me was thinking, I'm like, I know that they didn't intend these cartoons to exist minus, their short theatrical window and, a re-release 5, 6, 7, 8 years later. But I just love seeing like those little nuggets where it's like, because I mean, like, when you show these cartoons to a younger generation or, adults that don't remember that these cartoons are really old. And like, seeing that 1946, 1948, award, I was like, yeah, we're watching these hilarious cartoons that were made, let's say 1948. It was made 40 years before I was born. And I'm in my 30s. So it's impressive that they still hold up to this day. And I like seeing those little historical nuggets.
Indeed.
So, yeah.
Oh, definitely. And I like that out of touch. He's only been the best mouse catcher for a few years. I mean, cats don't live that long in comparison, so he must be very young and active cats, just having his nap, of course. But we got to point out the animation, especially on Claude. I mean, look at the eyeball animation. In fact, I've noticed, because I'm doing these in order, that this seems to be the first time that Chuck has gone all out with having the eyeball animation. I know that will be a trend that he will do in a lot of his shorts from around this time. And this appears to be the first time he went all the way with the character. I mean, how great is it?
As I said prior to the recording, every single take that Claude did when he realized, something's wrong, I could just you just pause the screen right there. Especially like the first time he did it, he like realized what the heck is going on, and then when he grabbed the catnip, he's like, all right, I gotta cut back. Like I was
yes.
asking you, I'm assuming Chuck Jones drew these key poses for, as reference for his animators, but it's just like how huge the irises are, and every single time there's like a slight variation to the complete look of like, what's going on? Like, I'm freaking out, man. What Claude is thinking in his brain. And I know around this time period, especially when it gets to the 50s, that Jones was working more on, as he said, strong poses to make up for, the cuts in animation, but just like to show character within those strong poses. And actually, it was making me think, I know I'm jumping ahead a few years, but I was watching Feed the Kitty again today, and what an excellent cartoon. And I hope I can comment on that one when we get to it. But in that cartoon, like I could see, the evolution of the strong poses in the face, and every time Mark Anthony is surprised in that cartoon, it's just like Jones was absolutely brilliant at conveying emotion with a still drawing, and just the complete sense of horror and shock and paranoia that Claude Cat is going through is perfectly exhibited in those poses.
Oh, definitely. And it's a complete opposite to what Clampett did. I love me some Clampett. We all know that. But this is like a different way of approaching things, and I think it's fantastic. I really, really do. Now, you pointed out, of course, the hidden catnip. I get a real kick out of that. That's fantastic. But my favorite gag, though, has to be the upside-down house bit and how they just full-on mess with his mind. And if you're a budding animator, definitely take a closer look at the Claude being upside down bits, and just how not only the animator has to do the animation of the cat walking, but also show that the gravity is trying to pull him away at the same time. It is incredible. It is amazing.
During that scene, when the camera rotates to the opposite side of the ceiling, or Claude in that part, he's on the floor, but he's thinking it's a ceiling, right? And then the camera rotates the screen rotates upside down. And like, I don't know, like the way it was done, it looked kind of neat to me. Instead of like doing a cut from one perspective to the other, it's like Claude is freaking out because he thinks he's walking on the roof or whatever, and then the camera rotates, and it confuses not only Claude but the audience even more. But I think it makes it even funnier in the process.
For sure. Yeah, 100%, 100%. And even the layouts are amazing, like especially when Claude's outside, he's being pulled by that rope and he's going through the ladder and all that. I mean, the planning for a scene like that in the layouts it just boggles the mind at how good this actually is. So
there was just a few little musical things that I noticed, not so much in stalling, quoting particular cues. I love the little sequence at the end. So for those of you that don't know, sequence is when you have like a little rhythmic, melodic pattern that repeats several times. So at the end of the music in the opening titles, it goes ba-da-da-da-da-da, ba-da-da-da-da-da. It's the same melody, it's the same little rhythmic chunk. And then the final one is bum, 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 bum. It's the same thing, but a little bit slowed down. I've heard that little chunk, da 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 da, bum, boom, 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 boom. And that low instrument that plays at the end, I think is a baritone sax, which is the instrument I used to play. So I was like, yay, nice little musical tidbit from my older days. Also, I love when, in the beginning of the cartoon, when Bert is nodding, and you hear like the xylophone doing this little funky thing, and I always got a kick out of that.
Let's see now, this is gonna require strategy. The thing we gotta do is we gotta get that cat out of the house.
Also, the scene where you're seeing like the path of the rope in that Rube Goldberg-esque torture rope thing. I like the music that Stalling composed in that scene. I didn't check if it was an original cue. My bad. Or if it was actually quoted music. I'm assuming it's an original cue, but I like it there. But of course, anytime I hear Mel Blanc do his angry voice when he was the bulldog, when he goes, "Why you?" floors me every time. So.
Of course.
Why you?
You know, I'm giving this one a solid 8.5 out of 10. I love it. This is a great cartoon. I mean, it's not one of my favorites, but boy, is this one of the, like I said before, a lean, mean machine of a cartoon. It's incredible. But what would you rate this one?
The one we did before, I did 8.5, and I bumped it up to 9. This one, I was going to give it the same grade, 8.5. I think I bumped up the, because we were talking about Rebel Rabbit, I bumped it a little bit higher because I've seen it multiple times. This one, I haven't seen it as much, but it's freaking hilarious. I wouldn't put it a little bit higher. It's tough. 8.5. I'll stick with 8.5. It's definitely a great cartoon. Very funny. In my opinion, it should have won the Oscar for this year.
Indeed.
I do like The Little Orphan. It's been years since I've seen it, but I do like it. I saw it a lot as a kid. I'm telling you, those poses will be stuck in my head for the rest of the week. I make the same eyes when I think about tax season coming up here in the United States. April 15th, folks, get your taxes done. Yay, and every time I get another W-2 form, my eyes go like that. What would be my catnip? I mean, I'm clearly not a cat, and I don't really care for alcohol. I don't know, pizza.
Yeah,
I just take a pizza box out of a random part of my house. I was like, all right, throw this out. And somewhere the Ninja Turtles are crying.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. Indeed. So we'll leave it at Ninja Turtles for some weird reason on this review. So
Cowabunga, dudes!
So
and next time we'll be talking about season 1 of the 1987 cartoon. No, I'm just kidding.
No.
I kid. Go ahead, finish.
Start your own channel, you jabroni. I hope I said it right. But anyway, as always, guys, thank you so much for listening. And until next time, take care.
Yeah, sure.
Did you see him run, boy? That upside-down room was the piece de resistance. Now we can have the place all to ourselves. Nothing like a feast in front of an open fireplace. Hey, boy? Yeah, sure.